So since we really wanted to stay in a hotel that night, we were looking around and we realized there is nothing out here. Like barely any gas stations, barely any towns. There was no cell phone service. There's just nothing.
Hey everybody!
Welcome back to Notier's Frontiers.
We travel 2 up on a KTM 1190, so our beast of burden carries me and my love of my life around the world.
That's right, and currently we are on our way up to the top of Alaska. Alaska. In the last episode, we were having struggles with mosquitoes.
We're getting eaten alive.
There's just so many. So we are gonna pack up as quick as we can. Oof, they are attacking.
It was a war. It was like Starship Troopers. It was like, kill some bugs. When there was too many of them.
We were in British Columbia in Canada, and yeah, there were a lot of mosquitoes.
Yeah, like my helmet and like my jacket. It looked like I was in like a paintball war or something. And like my team lost a lot. Like really, really bad.
Yeah, I think we need a better game plan next time. We had just purchased this kind of mosquito-proof garb. Well, I wouldn't say mosquito-proof, but...
Or garb.
Just garb.
I'd say wardrobe.
Wardrobe.
Like the emperor has silk clothes or whatever. What is that?
No clothes.
Yeah, no, but they tricked him into it. The emperor has new clothes? What is it called?
Oh yeah, new clothes.
Yeah, it's like a biohazard suit for mosquitoes.
I'm not 100% sure it's gonna work, but we're desperate. But we were really looking forward to camp in a place that did not have so many mosquitoes.
Yes.
So we go to the spot that we find on iOverlander, and we're hoping that...
Mosquito Village.
Yeah, we're hoping there's no mosquitoes, but of course, you know, there are. But then it says in the description that there's a kitchen, and I'm like, I'm so confused. I don't understand what this random free campsite is.
Yeah. And it was like right off the highway, but usually people just mark where the turnoff is, and then you go in, it's blatantly obvious. This one, it was not as blatantly obvious. You know, we snuck our way through some of the trail systems of dirt, and you know, there's puddles to splash through, so that's always fun. Kind of got to a dead end, and we saw one little possible campsite, but Marissa said there was like a kitchen and stuff.
Like, someone mentioned a kitchen? It doesn't make sense.
So I said, well, let's just take one more look.
And we saw this building that was part of the public lands area. It was part of the recreational site. So we have come across this gem of a place. It's a camping spot with a building, and it says, "This shelter is for the use and enjoyment of all public. Thank you, Round Lake Community Association. It's wonderful." It's a whole little building.
There's a men's bathroom over here. It's only men's though. But it's the urinal. Nice.
It's connected to some trails and very beautiful area with mountains all around. And for other people who do not want to use this bathroom, there is also a pit toilet. So that's nice as well. We stopped by the building and realized, wait, this is exactly where the spot is on iOverlander. And on the front of the building, it says that this building is for public use.
It was more than I have ever expected for a little cabin in the woods.
Absolutely. And it was going to be pretty much mosquito proof. If we kept the doors closed, there weren't going to be any mosquitoes inside. We were very excited about that.
Yeah.
So thank you, Canada. You are living up to your wonderful, friendly reputation. Hospitality, eh? Yes. Love it.
There was electricity?
There was electricity.
Charge all our crap. There was no like full-on kitchen. There's no running water, but
no.
It was
really nice.
Little home for the night.
So we're gonna cook some soup for dinner tonight, and you know us, cans of soup like always. It's quick and easy. There isn't a water source near here, so we'll just have to do dishes with the water that we have already packed. But I think as far as sleeping, we're probably just gonna sleep on the floor. We'll put our mats out on the floor. I don't think we need a tent. There doesn't seem to be any mosquitoes in here at the moment, so we're just trying to keep the doors closed. And if the mosquitoes do come, we'll set up our tent in here reluctantly. But should be quick and easy, and yeah, this is great. Thank you, Canada.
Thank you, Canada. Yeah, so friendly up there. I don't know if you heard. The Canadians are super friendly.
They are. It is a true fact.
Yes.
So this place is really special. We're just really thankful that they have it open to the public for people like us who very much appreciate the shelter. But of course, if you ever come up here and you find yourself here, just be sure to keep it nice and clean and be respectful of all the amenities that they've provided for us here so that we can keep it open for future travelers. Dinner time, we have two options of soups. We have pepper steak and potato. That's the one that Tim has chosen. And then we have
sirloin and vegetables.
Yes, which looks quite similar. Yes, equally awesome.
Mine's peppered, damn it. Yours is salty.
Well, I have vegetables.
I'm salty enough.
Such as carrots.
Such as carrots.
But yeah, we're really happy about this place. And it looks like it could rain.
We don't care.
But we don't care. We have a shelter.
There, yeah. Put us on a loan. Bam. We can last years in that thing. A loan, season 25. Tim and Marisa.
In the wild.
In the wild. With a pre-built house.
Next to the highway.
Next to a bog.
It is next to a bog.
It is.
Which is cool. It's a proper peat bog. You know, one of those places where you could fall in.
Yeah.
We haven't found it yet, but that might be a good thing.
We're trying to not to. But there's no mosquitoes, which is good.
Yeah, super happy
there's
about
the
that.
potential of it being the bog of eternal itch, which would have been awful.
Because of our little snafu yesterday, we bought a can opener. It is very big and very bulky, but it is useful. So we're on the search for a smaller can opener, but until we get that, we've got this one. So the next day we woke up and it was looking a little cloudy, a little rainy, but we had a long day ahead of us. We are just packing up, getting ready to hit the road. Today's gonna be a very long day. So we wanna get all the way to a town called Iskut. this day we were going to be traveling on the Cassiar Highway.
Yay!
So there's two main ways to get up through Canada from the United States if you want to go to Alaska. The first is the Cassiar Highway, which is kind of the newer option. It's to the western side, not really on the coast, but more towards the coast. Then the other one, which is the Alcan, and that's the Alaska-Canadian Highway. And that was, for a long time, the main road that everyone took to get to Alaska through Canada.
Yeah.
But now they've opened up the Cassiar, and it's very remote, but we had heard that it was going to be very beautiful and picturesque.
Yeah.
So we were really, really excited about it. As we were going through Smithers, these mountains just kind of shot up out of the landscape. I was like, wow, this is a great, great introduction to the wilderness of northern Canada.
A lot of the roads up to that point, and everything has its peaks and valleys, if you will, but there's a lot of like tunnel vision going through forest roads. And so to see like mountains and things like above the tree line, it's like, whoa, there's things,
Yes.
But ground level, equally awesome when you see like black bears chewing on some berries on the side of the road. Mm-hmm. Equally cool.
Another thing that I noticed about the Cassiar Highway was that this was kind of the first beginning of wilderness for us, because we've been going through southern British Columbia, and that whole area, there's, the big city of Vancouver, there's lots of other cities. A lot of people were vacationing for the weekends and all of these spots that we'd been to. There was a lot of traffic on the highways. And then it really wasn't until we got past Smithers that we realized, all right, now we are going to the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And there are very few other people on the road. But the day was very cloudy and rainy. We're ready for the rain. Well, as ready as we can be. I had not put on my heated gear. I just didn't think I was going to need it. It had been so hot recently.
Yeah.
And that was fine. I stayed dry. We had our really good new Gore-Tex gear, so we didn't get wet. But after hours and hours and hours of being on the road, I got pretty chilled.
Marissa's bones are hollow.
Everyone's bones are hollow.
Well, mine's got more marrow.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I get cold really
She gets
easily.
cold really, really quick. To the bone, she says.
I do.
You know.
I get cold to the bone. After being on this highway for hours and hours and hours, I got really, really chilled. And we had been camping for many, many nights in a row. And so I was really looking forward to having a hotel with a shower. I just really wanted to shower.
Higher pressure, the higher.
So since we really wanted to stay in a hotel that night, we were looking around and we realized there is nothing out here. Like barely any gas stations, barely any towns. There was no cell phone service. There's just nothing. And finally, I look on Google Maps and realize, oh, there's a hotel, and it's coming up, and it's called Bell Lodge.
Bell Lodge 2 or something, right?
Yeah.
That's some weird name.
And it's gorgeous.
Yeah, and I knew that, you know, a hotel in the absolute middle of nowhere was going to cost a pretty penny. And we are sometimes prepared to pay that price, especially thanks to Temple of Moto, because they're awesome.
Yes.
But secondly, because, you know, we just want to get out of the rain, you know, dry, have our own, like, a good night's sleep without having to put up or take down a tent while it's raining, because that's awful. Sometimes the high prices are worth it, but nothing could prepare us for
the prices
of this place. Luckily, they had no vacancy, so that Marissa couldn't even try to persuade me to stay. Like, I wanted a coffee, and a little paper cup was like $6.99. I was like, whoa.
I mean, it kind of makes sense because it's in the middle of nowhere, but at the same time, it makes no sense whatsoever. I'm like, what is this huge place doing here? What are people all coming here for?
Ski folk.
Yeah, so we found out that it is popular with heli-skiers.
Heli-skiers. What kind of skier are you? Heli-skier, man? Yeah.
Like they go in helicopters to the top of these mountains and then ski down from there. Because there weren't any proper ski resorts that I could tell around in the area. There was nothing out there.
No, but there was a helicopter in the parking lot, which was the sign of wealth. It was like, you know, it didn't have a big like Red Cross symbol on it, so we knew it was for pleasure, not for emergencies.
You have your skiers, and that's its own type of wealth, and then you have your heli-skiers, and so that's what we were dealing with here. And it was a beautiful, beautiful place, but especially since they had no vacancy, we were definitely not going to stay there.
Just out of curiosity, how much would it have been if we were lucky enough to be here on a day? And, you know, and I won't even tell you the price. You can Google it yourself. It was like, whoa.
So we continued down the road, kind of worried, like there's no campgrounds, there's no wild camp spots. We really didn't want a wild camp anyway, but we didn't want to just set up the tent on the side of the road in the rain. It didn't sound like a good idea.
But then, we looked up the Red Goat Lodge, which...
Yeah, that was the next place. It was right outside of the town of Iskut. They said, you know what, we're fully booked too. And I'm like, what is going on here?
There was a lot of construction going on too. And all the construction workers, Bob the Builder and all his buddies had taken over all the rooms. But she did say that, you know, if you guys have a tent, because you can probably camp here, we would have preferred a room. But at this point, we just want to be able to sleep somewhere.
Yes. Yeah.
And they literally technically had a space for us to sit.
A small corner.
Was a place we could set up our tent.
And that was perfectly fine.
It comes with a free wolf dog.
Oh yeah, that's very nice. And the best part was that they had an indoor common area where we could get warm. We didn't really want to break out the stove and cook and everything. They said, hey, we have some little TV
microwave dinners, like Hungry Man dinners, you know?
Yeah, we'll microwave it for you. And we thought, oh, that sounds perfect.
The woman was really sweet.
She was.
And it's not her fault, but the picture on like all the microwave dinners are like, that's what I want.
It looks so
that
good.
Looks delicious.
On the picture.
And then they nuke it and they give it to you and it's like this, you know, radioactive version of it. And it's like, oh, that's what sadness looks like. But we were very grateful. This is not a poo-poo on the Red Goat Lodge, but
no.
it was delicious. And they had free, I had my own coffee, so they had free hot water.
Yeah.
She let me use creamer for free.
Oh, it warmed me up. So I was feeling really good.
Yeah.
And we were able to actually set up the tent in a brief pocket of no rain.
This is true.
So that worked out well. So the good thing about this camping spot is at least it has not rained on us while we're putting up our tent. I hate putting up camp and setting up the tent in the rain, but there are a few mosquitoes, but tent's almost set up and we slept really, really well. And best of all,
there was a 6-toed cat. That better be what you're saying.
No.
Yeah, there was a cat with 6 toes and it was awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty
thumbed.
awesome. Yeah, that was awesome. But the other best of all was that they had hot showers.
Oh, this is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So finally got to
I think the world will decide which is the cooler fact. They had showers or they had a 6-toed cat. 6-toed cats are awesome.
We woke up the next morning feeling great and ready for the day's ride. The weather was looking perfect.
Yeah.
All those clouds had gone away and the sun was coming out. We were really excited for that. Good morning, everyone. It is a bright and beautiful sunny day. I want to show you this gorgeous view. We're here at Red Goat Lodge, right near Iskut in British Columbia. And look at this. And we go and have our tea and coffee in the common room in the morning. Yeah. And we meet these other travelers and guides.
They're river folk, canoe folk.
River canoeing trip people.
Yeah.
And they had some very interesting advice for us about camping in bear territory.
Territory, I call it.
That's right.
Yes.
Something that I've never heard before. But we'll talk about that in our next episode.
Dun, 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 dun.
I hope you liked this one. If you did, please give us a big thumbs up.
Six thumbs up.
And hit the subscribe button below.
Ding, ding.
And we'll be seeing you next time.
Peace, everybody.
Bye.
Stay safe.
All right.
All right. We did it.